Stay tuned for Burnaflick.
And we're back. Burnaflick. That's our podcast. This is where we are right now.
Hello.
We're doing it. I'm sitting here with Eugene and Zach. We ran a Akira Kurosawa movie.
It's an oldie but a goodie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
1985, I believe it came out. Yeah, lots of family drama in this one.
What made you pick this movie?
So, over the past few months, I've been playing PlayStation's Ghost of Tsushima.
Right. Yeah.
Which follows a samurai lord Jin Sakai. And basically he's fighting a Mongol invasion. Super dope. But yeah, I saw this on Amazon Prime and I've been wanting to watch it for a while now. And I've also never seen a Kurosawa movie. So
I read this was his last movie before he went completely blind.
mm-hmm.
He went blind?
He was actually blind during principal photography.
I didn't know that.
So they had to paint storyboards enough for him to see just so he can approve it.
Oh, paint it and put it right in front of his face?
Yeah, just for the shots that he wanted. So he would explain what he wanted, they would paint it, and then once they figured out what he wanted, that's what they shot with.
Huh.
Because he was in his 70s.
He's one of Japan's legendary directors.
I think he's legendary around here too, to be honest.
Yeah, no, I agree. I haven't seen many of his movies, but I've definitely heard of him.
You've seen Seven Samurai, or you at least heard of it?
I've seen Seven Samurai and I've seen Rashomon.
Okay.
But I know he's done more.
Or what is it? Something of Blood.
Yeah.
Something of Blood. It was
First Blood.
No,
Rambo.
yeah,
He directed Rambo.
We're saying that's canon.
Yes.
But, his first movie or his last movie.
Yeah.
Before he went completely blind, what I read at least, he was in his late 70s, I believe. Feels like we'll get into it. Feels like it's this movie is something related to him personally.
Because of the main character being the old guy, the old father.
Yeah.
There's a lot of I don't know who the actor is that plays the old father, the aging warlord, but
it is Tatsuya Nakadai.
He has incredible eyes, and a lot of it's makeup. A lot of it has to be they probably pasted on extra hairy eyebrows.
Yeah.
You're talking about
but the way he looks at people and the way he looks at the camera, especially when he's in distress, it's haunt. He looks scary, dude. He looks it's a weird combination of he's sad but he's creepy and haunting. I don't know if that makes sense.
I think also he's around 70 years old
in the movie.
The movie.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what the life expectancy back in ancient Japan is, but
yeah.
I think 70 is definitely pushing it.
Yeah, because this guy, he was in his early 50s playing a 70-year-old man.
Oh, okay.
Because this guy's alive. He's 91 years old now. Because this movie's 40, almost 40.
He's alive?
Yeah, he's 91.
He probably looks like this now.
No, I see a picture of him. He looks this guy, he looks really young for 90 years old.
I mean, Japan has really high life expectancy, right?
He looks like the Japanese Steven Spielberg.
What?
I gotta show you the picture of his thing. He looks like Steven Spielberg with Japanese.
Oh my god.
Doesn't he?
He has the triangular.
Yeah. I looked at an old photo.
It's the glasses too.
Yeah, he's I don't know if this sounds wrong to say, but he doesn't look very your quintessential looking Japanese person. He looks very westerny looking.
You think so?
In older pictures of himself when he was younger.
Oh.
I'm telling you. If you look, we can look at it later, but it just doesn't.
Yeah.
Feel wow, he looks like
Like he's half white, half
white, yeah,
Japanese.
half Japanese, yeah.
I don't know, maybe.
I don't know. Like, it doesn't matter.
You know what's crazy? Like there's a lot of diversity in terms of like what Asian people can look like.
Mhm.
And I'd agree. Like maybe Japan's not like really diverse in terms of like how people look or like skin complexion. I know that there are some like native Japanese people that are darker in skin complexion, but China has like incredible diversity. Like one time I met a dude, his name's Mike Ahokas, and like he's full Chinese, but he literally looks like he's Greek.
Really?
Yes.
Like olive touch skin.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like golden, dirty blonde hair.
Yeah, he's got like a Chad chin, like super chiseled, and he's just like, yeah, dude, I'm full Chinese.
So unfair.
I'm like, how does that? What the? But yeah, no, there's a lot of diversity with. But I think it's because like Japan's on an island, they kind of were genetically more isolated.
Well,
for that reason.
That's true, and also because of the actual purposeful isolation from the world.
Yeah.
Like they purposely were.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Themselves.
They like
They literally did that.
They didn't like other people.
Yeah. Anybody who came around, it's like, nah.
And then somebody was like, "Hey, but there's guns out there," and like, "Oh wait, maybe we should make friends."
Yeah, guns are pretty lit, actually.
And they've got, what is it? Everything American culture. What did you say?
Did you say blue jeans?
Steering off. Let's start again. Let's what?
Yeah.
Let's go with the
What, the synopsis?
Yeah, so we have the Lord. Oh man,
Hidatora?
Hidatori
Hidatori.
Ishishiki. Or
Yeah.
Ishishigi. Or
Something like
Something.
that.
there's going to be a lot of mispronunciations in this.
I'm pretty sure. I think it's just Hidatori. Most people just call him Hidatori or like Great Lord.
Okay,
Yeah.
so the Great Lord, he's getting old. He's getting up there.
Mm-hmm.
He has 3 sons, and he's like, "Hey, I got this dope idea,
Yeah.
guys. You're gonna love it. I'm getting old, so my oldest, you're gonna get all the power,
Mm-hmm.
and the other 2 are gonna get their own like castles,
Mm-hmm.
but just you're gonna be answering to him." And then I'm gonna still retain the title, but I'm just gonna, go to my vacation.
Be the
home.
ship's gentleman.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Initially, all 3 of them were against that idea, especially the youngest of them.
No, the 2 brothers, the older and middle, they were kind of like, yeah, Dad, great idea.
No, they weren't.
They weren't?
No, they were not.
Initially, they weren't.
Oh, really?
Initially, the oldest brother,
Yeah.
Taro? Yeah.
Yeah, Taro's the oldest.
Taro's the oldest. He's like, he's going with what his dad says because
Okay.
he respects him enough to do that. But he
Yeah.
does say, I ask you to reconsider.
Mm-hmm.
He says, I can't fill those shoes. He purposely says that. And then the other brother, the
Yeah.
Natso or
Jiro.
Jiro.
Jiro is the middle brother.
the middle
Yeah.
child, he's a year younger. He also states
Yeah.
that that he doesn't agree with it, but he supports him. He's going to support,
But they also kind of kiss his feet a bit with like what their little speeches.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's addressed like essentially in the same scene in the beginning.
Yeah. Because the youngest son doesn't kiss his feet.
Mm-mm.
The youngest son is just straight up, this is stupid, you're senile.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
I think the Great Lord was like super prideful.
Yeah.
and
Little butthurt
yeah,
about that.
What's so weird is that he gets all mad about it, but he's doing it because he's aware that he probably is.
Yeah.
He
Oh,
even-
you mean the youngest son is aware?
No, the father is aware. The reason why he's doing that
Yeah.
is because he realizes that he's getting too old.
Oh.
That's why
so
he
a
did
little
it.
bit of-
He had his dream, and then once he slept there, he fell asleep in front of everybody.
yeah.
He had his dream, right? That he told them all. He freaked out about,
Yeah.
and realized that he needed to do something
Okay.
because he noticed that he was maybe not because he was getting too old, because that's not really addressed.
Yeah.
But I think it's because he thinks that it's not his time anymore.
Okay.
And if maybe they just really understand that it's true, maybe he's not senile or getting too old. It's just not his time anymore. Those are not synonymous
Yeah.
with each other. It's just not his time.
Maybe a little bit of column A, a little bit of column B.
Yeah, I'm probably reaching like I always do, but I know that
Yeah.
it was addressed that he is realize that he's slipping away. And then that's the only reason why he did it, because it wasn't until after that dream he had.
That's true. I forgot about that dream part.
That he had to address that situation.
He's still like he killed that one dude with the bow and arrow. Like he still got it. Like when I saw that, I'm like, who shot him? And then it shows the old guy. I'm like, what the? Okay.
He does not lose eye contact with them and slides his bow inwards.
Yeah, I know.
It's out of frame.
That I thought that was cool. So did you guys read King Lear in high school?
I didn't read King Lear in high school. I remember when I was in college, I did this film class, and they were talking about play studies, and they talked about it, but we didn't read it. We didn't go over it. They just briefly went over it. So I never, once I read that this was, I think we're going to get out of here.
Yeah.
I saw similarities.
Okay.
Heavy ones as well.
Because when you said it was based on King Lear, I'm like, wait, we did King Lear in like fucking junior year of high school. I didn't remember at the time, but as I was watching it, I'm like, oh yeah, I remember this.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, a lot of his movies are based off of Shakespeare.
I think that's a really cool idea because like Shakespearean works or whatever, they mostly exist in like the Western sphere of art, and like Eastern art, like Japanese film culture. Shakespeare would seem super fresh to them because like they don't learn Shakespeare in high school. I don't know, maybe they do now, but I'm sure they have their own set of like traditional Japanese works that they learn in high school. So a director like making a Shakespearean story for like his film culture, I think it's really interesting because you get to see the little differences that they change to make it more fit their culture, but it's also the timelessness and I guess universality of the Shakespeare story.
Yeah, it opens doors for a lot of different cultural storylines and ideas to mix together to create more.
But you can still recognize, yes, that's Shakespeare, or but like for example, they changed the three in Shakespeare is three daughters, right?
Yeah.
But here it's the three sons. Yeah, and I don't know if was the whole deal with the wife, like the scheming wife.
I think that's
in Shakespeare.
I think it's Macbeth.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah.
Story elements from Macbeth.
Gotcha.
Yeah, she is. She was super wild.
I did not expect her to be like a major player.
Oh yeah, when she first showed up.
Yeah, I thought she was just another wife,
or another royalty type deal. There's so much. Okay, I know we're gonna keep going forward here, and we want to pick it. We don't want to pick it apart. We want to just talk about like we always do.
Yeah.
I don't know if you noticed, or at least what I noticed and what I saw was there's this one scene where, this is later on, around 30, 40 minutes in, where the father is there and there's Taro with his wife.
Yeah.
And they're standing in front of him and they pretty much like bitch up his dad, you know, telling him that you have to obey me in everything I do. You're not the Lord anymore. You sign this in writing. Pretty much makes him or else he's going to kill him.
Yeah.
And he's getting all like, what the hell?
Yeah.
But because his wife made him do that. He didn't want to.
Yeah.
And it's pretty obvious too. She even states that like you're being too light-handed. You know, she's pretty much saying that you should be stronger.
Basically, like whispering poison into his ear.
Well, I mean, what hell hath no scorn like a, or no, hell hath no fury like a woman scorn. I mean,
realistically,
she
the
just
most
wanted
scornful.
revenge.
Yeah. I guess in that scene, what I liked about it is that you can tell that where there's this long drawn scene where they're talking to each other facing outwards after the father had left.
Yeah.
And she's on her knees and he's sitting in his pose as well.
Yeah.
And they're communicating. They're both evenly heightened, right? But the camera's at an angle, but they're still looks like they're facing towards you in that 2-point perspective. There's a 2-point perspective from their angles because they're facing towards us, the viewers. But having the conversation with each other, And that's really cool.
I don't even think they're looking at each other.
They're not.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. But you know it's at an angle, but everything else is moved.
Mm.
It's like they're facing it. It's like if you and I were on both ends of this table here,
Yeah.
and then we're both looking forward here. The camera is right over there,
Okay.
but but it still seems like we're looking directly into the camera.
Huh.
I took a picture of it actually,
Yeah.
as a matter of fact.
This is like after they dismiss the father,
Yes.
right? Okay.
Well, he pretty much left. He got
Oh yeah, he got yeah.
No. Damn it. hate this
Technology.
technology.
Can't live
You
with him.
See
Can't
here,
live without him.
that's
Oh.
and they're facing towards you, but you can see the camera to the right a bit,
Yeah.
and it's like you're facing directly towards you. And I'm like, this movie's in the 1980s.
See that?
See? I want to take a picture of it. Maybe we can put it up later.
I really like.
Okay, yeah.
There's a lot of moments when like the camera just lingers.
yeah.
And like you just kind of like see what's going on. And I'd say like 90% of the time, like it didn't seem boring to me.
I was infatuated with the movie the first 10 minutes, maybe.
Dude, the first scene of this movie, I thought it was a still image. Those dudes on the horses in the like the prairie or the meadow or whatever with the
Yeah.
blue sky,
War hunting.
and they're just standing there. I'm like, oh, that's a still image. I thought it was a still image for like, you know, those production companies that like have like, you know, Bad Robot is like the Bad Robot.
Yeah.
Or like, I thought it was something like that. And then like they started moving. I'm like, oh, we're in the movie now. Okay.
That's one thing that I read. Because when I watched it today, I watched it today, by the way.
Yeah.
And then immediately when I was done, I started looking into the stuff because like, wow, this is.
I haven't done much research on this one.
I had the time to.
Yeah.
And when I got home, I did a little more too.
Mhm.
So that's why I had the time today to do that. And I looked up because it's like they filmed this like you're watching paintings.
A little bit.
Ancient,
Yeah.
old like Japanese paintings. They're very one dimensional,
Mhm.
and everything's meant to look that way.
Yeah.
Where you're telling the story top down or bottom up in one dimension. Like there's that part where the wife, you know, asks like, they should make way for me. I'm the wife of the
Yeah.
Lord.
Yeah.
All the concubines can get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
And then you
kick rocks.
and you see the man running down and then up. It's flat.
And everyone's staying still.
yes.
In line.
It's like a Renaissance painting in Japan. The entirety of this movie is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But still shows a lot of depth, of course, because it has to. There's no way around it. No one's gonna want to watch a two-dimensional movie,
It's true.
live action at least. But I think it's meant to be that way, 100%.
So watching this, I also watched it today. When I watched it, I was getting really excited because Ghost of Tsushima
Mhm.
takes tons of inspiration from Kurosawa movies, and just with all like the pops of color throughout the movie,
Mm-hmm.
it seemed like I was just watching a continuation of the story from the game.
Okay.
Just super, I don't know, super dope. Even with I think one of my favorite scenes is actually one of the ending scenes. When Lord Jiro and his like right hand go upstairs and kill Lady
Oh yeah,
Huh?
Kaid.
Kaede? Yeah,
Yeah.
Kaede?
Kade?
Kaid.
Yeah.
That.
Yes.
And just like him standing there, all of a sudden, bam, splash of blood on
Yeah.
the wall.
They do.
She went out like a G though.
Yeah, she did.
She was like, I did it. I win.
Like, I got my revenge.
I can die now. I win.
Yeah.
I win.
Well, it doesn't matter if you kill me. I still won.
GG, easy
Yeah.
peasy.
Yeah, there's not much for you to base your win off of when I've got mine based off of destroying the entirety of this entire
Yeah.
like lordship.
OG mean what was the name of the clan? I forget the name of the
Oh.
clan.
I don't remember either.
The one that was storming the castle at the very end?
No. The clan, their clan. I
Fujikara?
No, it's something like
I think that's the clan that
Yeah.
Oh, that's
The third
Saburo
son.
went to, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, never mind.
trying to find it.
There's
I felt really bad for Saburo.
Yeah.
You realize
Does that happen in King Lear? Does the youngest daughter
I believe so.
eat it? Really?
I know nothing about it, so
I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure they all.
Oh, really?
I think so.
I know King Lear doesn't have a happy ending.
Well,
I know that.
none of Shakespeare's things have
Well,
happy
some
endings.
like, onesie twosies.
Sorry, none of his tragedies.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Because they're that's what they're
Tragedies.
called. Yeah.
it is what it is.
But yeah, Lord Jiro's right hand was like,
Mhm.
all right, I'm gonna go up there, kill your lady, and now that that's done, hey, be prepared to die. Like, I'll be there right with you, but the castle's taken. We're done.
It's like a bad lawyer. It's like, hey, this is the best I could do for you, buddy.
Oh god. Oh, speaking of like
Lady Kate.
loyal subjects,
Oh.
like my fucking boy Tango,
Tango.
dude. Tango's
Yeah.
absolute Chad.
That man's he's for the
Yeah.
boys. He's about that
Yes.
about that life.
Yes.
The fact is, like, I'm like, what a great offer. Thank you for giving me some wonderful offer that I can thrive in, and even though I'm banished from this land. But no, I still owe my life to this man. I'm like,
Yeah.
bro, he's gonna make you like a lord. It's like this guy banished you, and he's an old piece of shit asshole.
Yeah.
He's not a good person.
Yeah.
That's one thing we talk about. Well, first off, let's keep talking about Tango. Like
Yeah,
you were
no,
saying.
I didn't I was wondering if I would get to see, cuz like you don't really see like he kills those two dudes
Mhm.
like they're nothing.
Oh yeah.
And I was just like, yeah, kill him. That's it. That's all I want to say.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, they're like slimy, weaselly little
They are.
twerps.
Mm.
Yeah. As soon as they were riding away, I'm like, yeah. I mean, it's crazy that Jiro did that
Yeah.
because
I have expected Jiro to kill them.
kill them right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he didn't. Yeah.
you know what's funny about Lady Cade? So you can do nothing but kind of hate her
Oh
all
yeah.
the entire movie, but then when you really learn
Mhm.
like the reason behind her insanity,
Yeah,
and
it
you
makes
really,
sense.
yeah, of course,
Yeah.
and you really learn about the High Lord
I just read it. Hidatora.
Hidatora. Yeah,
We got to boost the light in here.
my light.
Hell
Yeah, I don't know what the hell happened there.
Yeah.
When you really find out like the people that come in, the people who essentially destroy their lives,
Yeah.
like the blind man
Yes. Blind man
When you-
and his sister.
and his sister,
Yeah.
when you learn about them, you realize like this guy, even though they even state like
This guy's a monster.
this guy's a monster. Like they say like you had no sympathy,
Yeah.
you didn't give a shit about
Yeah.
anybody, took lives, all the blood spilt. You're thinking, oh, that's a guy of war.
Yeah.
That's what they do. It doesn't mean he's a bad guy. He's just doing what he was told.
Yeah.
Initially before and while making his way up the chain to become the the leader.
Mhm.
But really, no, he was just a terrible human being who didn't give a shit about who was in his way.
It might be just one of those you reap what you sow, like you live by the sword, you die by the sword kind of thing. Yeah.
But yeah, even though Lady Katie, whatever,
Yeah.
her reasons are justified. It's just you can't help but just hate her anyway.
Nah,
Yeah.
I think I like her because of that.
yeah.
She's the villain I want to root for. She was so calculating.
Yeah.
She was so smart, and she had Jiro wrapped around his finger.
And not only that,
finger.
like
Taro.
she knows her way around a fucking like blade. Like
Yeah.
she disarmed and then like immediately went for the throat. And I'm like, holy shit,
And
Jiro,
then-
you suck.
And spit on him and said, "You're a
Oh, yeah.
bitch."
Yes.
She's like, "You let yourself get hurt that bad?
Yeah.
You little pussy."
When that happened, I'm like, holy shit, whoa, I did not expect this.
So hard right now.
Also, I didn't know that, so like my grandma and my dad, they watched a lot of like Korean dramas, like period dramas, where they wear like the traditional thing and whatever. And the ladies would wear their traditional garb. I'd never seen like Japanese traditional dramas or like period dramas like that. And I guess this is my first watching something like that. I didn't know Japanese old imperial women had the thing with the eyebrows. Like, why are they so high up? because like Korean period dramas, the women don't have super raised eyebrows. Like I guess that's like a Japanese thing. Why? I don't know why that is.
I don't know. Beauty standards are different. I mean, look at foot binding in China.
I guess that's true.
I mean, I think that's way worse than high eyebrows.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not sitting here with like our heads shaved completely on the top.
Oh yeah. I don't fully understand that either. I'd have to look into that. Why do they do that?
I don't know. Maybe
Yeah.
I mean, you know what's weird about fashion? How one fashion is the way. Imagine us right now. Our hairstyles. A lot of us have curled up or a comb over, and it looks normal and very acceptable and professional sometimes.
Yeah.
Or most times. And then maybe you go 30 years from now, and then people think like, "Ew, that's really weird. Why doesn't he have a mohawk?
Why doesn't he have an afro?
Yeah.
Everyone's wearing afros today in 2062.
Yeah, and then you go back to the 1980s. Women had the big hair.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And we look at them like,
Super
if anybody
curly.
had it today, that would look weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just fashion. There's probably more to it than that because, feudal Japan essentially was very. It was both based on religious reasons as well as just
Cultural, traditional, what have you.
Yeah.
I'm not a fucking human geographer. I don't know these things.
Yeah, and maybe nothing. Really, fashion probably wasn't
Yeah.
a true thing then. So, who knows? Probably a real historian definitely knows, but I don't know.
For a second, I thought it was just Lady Cade that had the eyebrows, but then Sue also had the high as eyebrows. And I'm like, oh, okay, I guess it's everybody. It's all the ladies. All the ladies had the high eyebrows.
Rip to her.
She I can't when they showed like her body, I'm like, wow, they actually showed that shit.
Yeah.
It almost seemed it's like weirdly doll like their bodies. Because it wasn't just her; it was like her servant or whatever who went back to get the flute or whatever.
Yep.
Yeah, that was really chilling. That whole Sue and her brother, like that whole situation, just super depressing.
Yeah. Casualties of war.
Yeah.
So we talk about the High Lord's jester in the beginning.
Oh, I liked him.
You know what's funny is I thought it was a woman because they reference as a woman in the beginning.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh,
they mentioned
really?
it as a daughter,
Okay, yeah.
and I was like, oh, kind of looked like a woman to be honest. And when I heard,
Yeah, he's got the long like lady hair.
yeah, I mean, definitely looked womanly. And so I was expecting when they started singing, I'm like, oh, did they just? Is this one of those times where they took a man singing better and then just dubbed over? In a lot of old movies in the 80s and 70s and 60s, they would dub a lot for sound. I thought that's what they were doing, and I thought, oh, is this where where we're going here? Because I've also never seen an Akira movie before,
Okay.
other than Seven Samurai.
Yeah.
But everything else, that's the only one. The one you always hear about is Seven Samurai.
Yeah.
That's like the
because that's the one that got turned into Magnificent Seven. So like, there's a lot of overlap there.
yeah. And a real travesty that was, in my opinion. I didn't like it. I didn't like Magnificent Seven. I don't know if you did, but whatever.
I actually haven't seen the original Magnificent Seven.
Oh, you're talking about the original that came out? Oh, I didn't.
Wait, what are you talking
I'm
about?
talking about the newer one.
The newer one is not
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't even think about that one. Was that the one you were talking about?
Yeah.
Oh, and I'm not surprised that it's bad.
I thought you were talking about the newer one.
Oh no, I'm
I
talking
don't know
about.
why. I don't know why I didn't assume. I don't know why I assumed you were talking about that one. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
It's also my bad.
What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, like the jester guy, like is one of the only people. I think one of like 3 people in this movie that are like the voice of reason. You have like fucking Chad Tango and like the youngest son, but the youngest son, you don't really get to see him that much. He kind of just shows up near the end.
Yeah.
He was in the beginning, says his piece, gets kicked out. Don't see him till the 3rd act.
Well, I think he was just kind of getting out of the picture to like assemble all of his guys, kind of like get his bearings back together, and then like he did at the end, show back up like, hey, I'm just here for Dad.
Yeah.
Let me get Dad, and I'll be on my way. And then Jiro really just took that the wrong way.
He's like, I just want my dad, and we'll get out of here. No, fuck you. At
Did
first
you
it's-
say war?
'cause
No, I
heard
said I'm getting dad. I think you said you want to do battle.
Cowabunga it is. In the beginning, like Saburo, right? It's Saburo, right?
The third son, yeah,
Third
youngest
son. He was off the bat was looking like the dickhead,
Yeah, a little bit.
Mm.
'cause
and then
he-
at the end, he comes in essentially to try to be the hero.
yeah, the good son.
Yeah, he was overall the good son, but realizing the movie isn't about trying to keep your your feudal system. What do you call it? Your lordship in your
Yeah,
kingdom together. It's just about corruption.
yeah.
The corrupt, selfish sons and the corrupt, selfish people that you hold yourself around.
the shitty generals and advisors who egg you on to like bad decisions.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Notice how none of them, even though their job there was to be the voices of reason towards him,
Mhm.
the people who had to do that were the servants and
Yeah.
the youngest sons who have never seen war.
yeah,
But it wasn't the generals who have seen war and see what it's like. The ones who definitely, even though they're old too, they're probably good enough to be there with them
hmm
because they probably thought this will solve itself. They'll be dead within months, and lo and behold, these things come to fruition mostly. But yeah, no, the whole movie, it's about war. It's about selfishness and
corruption.
It's about that people can die.
It's all these Shakespearean themes.
Yeah,
dude.
literally. Where have I seen this before? This is when you would say, "I've seen this before."
Oh yeah,
I've seen this movie. Well, like it's about like
that's the thing though. Like even though like you have quote unquote, oh, I've seen this movie before. Like it's still such a good story that like because it's in a different package, it doesn't make it not as good. It doesn't take away from it. Like I would love to see, I don't know, a fucking Native American King Lear, or a fucking Celtic King Lear, or like a fucking I don't know.
yeah, because
This story is so. I would love to see this story play out in different cultures. I think that'd be super cool.
because
Yeah.
these stories aren't limited to one culture and one time.
Yeah.
It's not one story. It is a specific story based on a certain type of events that happens to almost everybody all the time.
Uh huh.
This isn't. I mean, one. It's like leveled, of course. Everything's leveled. Have you ever assumed, watch a movie or listen to a song, or played a game that feels like a quote, a breath of fresh air?
Yeah.
Where like when you see something, everything these days is cookie cutter. There's something,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Marvel's cookie cutter. Everything's hot off the presses. Different format and colors, and different Arial, Contra, Arial Black, whatever. Comic Sans, a font, right? I don't know.
Okay.
I'm looking for words. I've been struggling all day
Yeah.
to figure that out. But a movie like this, when I watched it, it was a breath of fresh air. It felt like I was being consumed by CO2 fumes of other movies. And while the other ones are good,
Yeah.
it's just everything you see all the time, and I like them.
Yeah.
It's just with this one, it's different. It's
It's
like,
like palate cleansing.
yeah, exactly. It's like literally taking the sushi,
Yeah.
eating it, then having the ginger, and resetting my taste buds again.
Yeah.
And reference to a Japanese movie, of course. And that's why I use the sushi metaphor here.
Good. Nice. Nailed it.
Yeah, I tried. Did it land?
I wanna talk about the stunt work and how like, dude, a lot of people just eat shit off these
Yeah.
horses. Like,
Expendable extras.
No,
One dude got trampled.
I think more than one dude got trampled, and like, I think they're real people. They're not like dummies.
Mm-mm.
And did you see during the scene where they're like quote unquote crossing the river? It's like the shallow part of the river. One of the horses eats shit
Yeah.
in the corner of the frame. I don't know if you guys saw that.
No.
But I'm like, oh wow, what the
What I was looking at is when Saburo was running away with Tango, and they stopped on that edge of the mountain.
okay.
I was looking at the first horse of people raining after him,
okay.
like pull up so hard when pulling the reins to stop him.
Oh, did one of them fall off?
No, I
Okay.
thought it was gonna happen.
Okay.
He got so far back and he pushed himself.
The horse work is incredible, and like even the
many.
armies, like and and it's not CGI.
No, they're all extras.
I think that's so
practical.
cool.
Yeah,
Is
that-
it weird that it's cool now that like it's not CGI? Because like, I don't know. It's just, when I think about all those people like being part of this production,
Old things are new to newer people.
it's
new
got
things, and new things are new to older people.
the whole breath of fresh air thing. Even though it's something that's been done before, like I don't know. It definitely had a vibe.
Well, it's like
Seeing all that.
I can stay in my house for a whole month and I can still breathe, but I'm breathing the same air. And when I go outside and you smell like,
Yeah.
you can smell
or-
sulfur in the air. It's like,
when you've been underway and then we go to PD and then we ventilate, like, oh yeah.
it's like,
that's the good stuff.
I can live off this. I can be here forever. I'd be a recluse and I'd be like,
Yeah.
Brendan Fraser in The Whale, but I'd live enough till I died. But at least, if you go outside and
Yeah.
see something different, something that's out of your comfort zone, it's a breath of fresh air.
Mm.
And it is. And I think the one thing about it really helps out so heavily is the color scheme of this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh my God. It's so wonderful. So vibrant. So solid.
There's this one scene, I think Hidatora he got kicked out and like he's like wandering. And what's his face? His Joker buddy is following him. I think that's who's following him. But they're in this like green pasture and it's super windy.
Mhm.
It's like hella windy and the giant leaves of grass are just fucking going everywhere and it just looks amazing.
Yeah.
And I just remember being like really blown away by that. I also saw it on Johnny's TV, 75-inch TV. It's fucking huge TV. So maybe that helped. I don't know.
These guys, I'm not getting up.
But yeah, because it's filmed on film. It was not filmed on digital. It wasn't a thing. So it has that like classic film grain, but the colors just are they pop in a way that's not too fake contrasty.
Yeah.
As opposed, because like a lot of these newer movies, like on Netflix or Prime or streaming, they have a digital cleanness to them. I mean, it's still very colorful and bright,
Yeah.
but it just has a little bit of fakeness to it.
Yeah.
And this movie just felt more raw with its colors.
Well, yeah, when he killed the guy with the arrow and then it goes to him.
Oh,
and
dude,
comes
so
back.
bright. The blood was
Right.
like the color of your shirt. Dude.
Exactly.
Holy shit.
Which, of course, like blood, right? Blood gets, when it seeps out, is it when oxygenated, it gets really bright or it
Yeah.
gets dark?
I don't know. I think. Oh no, it gets brighter with oxygen because when it's inside you, it's like almost bluish.
Oh, yeah.
I
Okay.
think. I don't fucking know. I'm not a doctor.
Well, no. Unoxygenated blood, which is in the veins, is blue.
Okay, yeah.
With oxygen, it's really red because it's in the arteries.
Yes. Okay,
So, yeah.
that makes sense.
So unoxygenated, blue. So it means it was darker. It means it was oxygenated, fresh blood before.
Yeah.
Well, that's why.
And,
it's
and
so
then you
bright.
get an arrow through your chest, and then that introduces oxygen, which makes the blood red.
I wonder what kind of. When I saw him get hit by the arrow, I'm like, I know it's just the 80s. It's not like it was 1930s.
Yeah.
But what kind of practical effects they use for that? Did they actually hit this guy with an arrow? It's he's expendable. We're paying his family pretty well.
Excellent life insurance.
Like it didn't look real, of course, but like I wonder how they got it to stick.
I don't know. It's just one of those things you take for granted.
Unless they
Like,
edit it together to look that way, but the guy had cut and stay still.
Yeah.
Like,
And then
I think before filming, they probably had like a waiver sign from all the extras saying like, "Hey, you're gonna be trampled. You're gonna be thrown off your horse in a
Yeah.
river. You are gonna get shot with arrows.
You're
We're not putting
Set on fire.
Yeah, we're not putting blanks in the guns.
your quality of life is going
Yeah.
from absolute to absolute zero by the end of this movie, and for the rest of your life you're gonna be struggling. But here is a couple $100 for nothing in the 1980s in Japan. I guess it's worth like a couple thousand then, right?
I don't know. Inflation, deflation.
80s was a good time for the world anyway, so everywhere. Those were the days I never lived through.
It's super crazy how fast some of the people were like when like they were attacking the castles,
Yeah.
how fast they were to just do seppuku. Like, like
I
some of them was like, all right, castles. Literally, castles not even taking over
yeah.
yet. Yeah, we're done.
or when the one dude, I think it was the eldest son or somebody ran upstairs and like his wife was killing himself already.
Yeah.
I'm like, shit, all right.
Yeah.
I just got here.
Hey, you didn't want to say goodbye? Damn.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's what's really cool about Lady Kare
Yeah.
Cade, Lady Cade.
We're going with Cade.
Yeah. She did not do seppuku.
No.
She was waiting for that place to burn or for someone to, come do her in.
She needed to who's the Lady Olenna or from Game of Thrones? Have you guys seen how far have you gotten in Game of Thrones?
I finished all of it.
Okay. So I forget her name. Olenna, the Marjorie Tyrell's grandmother. The one who poisoned
Okay, yeah.
spoiler alert, the one who poisoned Joffrey. And basically she's like, I did it. And then she had to get that last word in before like they killed her.
Yeah.
So yeah, Lady Cade, she just had to get the last word in.
She poisoned herself though, right? In the show?
Oh yeah, that's what it was. That you're right. Yeah. She poisoned it and she drank it and then she was gone.
But she knew. Whatever.
Yeah.
I was like confused, so maybe I was wrong. But
Yeah,
she was poisoned because she was gonna get killed anyway, so
it's true.
on her own terms. Badass, like always.
Mhm.
You know how the movie ends? With
I thought that
They were
was
still
very it was very striking. Like cuz I think especially with like the sound, like the music with the flute, and cuz like up until the point it's quiet and like fucking homeboy is like blind and he's like about to go off a cliff and then you're waiting for his like little walking stick to hit the open air. You're waiting for that cuz like you see him and then as soon as it happens like the flute comes in and I just thought like damn, that's such a moment.
Yeah.
And it kind of gets you like what the fuck. Is that what you're talking about or
are you talking about the well
Yeah.
the very ending? Yeah.
and like it goes from like a super far shot
And
to
then
where he's just a
zooms.
tiny figure
Mhm.
and it zooms in and then like it goes through that whole thing where he's like kind of hobbling forward and then it zooms out and he's like a tiny figure again and then the movie ends and I'm just like it leaves you a certain way
Because it was the blind person.
yeah
Yeah, and
yeah because fucking Hidatora like told him hey I'll kill you unless you
unless you
gouge out your eyes.
give me your eyes, or you
Fair
die.
trade.
Kill me.
He
I mean,
took it.
I was like, he took his eyes, but and you know what you think? Oh, he was gonna die, fall
Yeah.
off the cliff at the end. There, you're thinking, oh, what's gonna happen?
Mhm.
It's kind of like in Kill Bill Volume 2, where
Never seen it.
oh, never mind. I don't know.
Yeah, don't.
Damn.
I'll watch it one day.
Never mind. Have you seen Kill Bill Volume 1?
No, here's the thing. I watched Kill Bill when it first came out on DVD,
2005.
but I was like a kid, and like I was watching it with my aunt and my uncle. I didn't know what I was watching, and I just remember the part where she bites the dude's tongue. The dude the orderly guy who was like sexually like touching the fucking mentally ill people, and
Yeah.
and she bit the guy's tongue, and the guy died. And I'm like, and I was a kid, and I'm watching that. It fucking freaked me out.
Okay, I don't
and-
blame you.
And I don't know. I never went back to it. I never. Yeah. I mean, Quentin Tarantino. I'm not saying. I'm sure it's a very good movie, and it has like it certainly has a reputation. So like, it's on my to watch list.
Yeah, you have a big one.
Yeah, I know. It just keeps growing. It doesn't get smaller.
So add that to the list.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you have what 4 to 6 weeks of free time.
Listen, I gotta watch all these movies. I gotta watch all these shows. I gotta play all these games. What's really gonna happen is I'm gonna do none of that.
And go straight back in.
Yeah.
It's like I'm just probably gonna play Call of Duty.
I'm probably just gonna play COD.
It's like I'm gonna hate it every moment of it,
Yeah.
but if I don't, the boys are gonna be upset.
Yeah, I gotta. I gotta cut the boys out. Play these. I gotta play Red Dead.
You have to.
I have to finish Horizon Zero Dawn. Anyway,
You talking about like Red Dead 2 or Red Dead?
Red
1?
Dead 2. I never played Red Dead 1. But I heard that you don't need to play Red Dead 1 to play Red Dead 2.
No, because Red Dead 2 is a prequel.
Okay, yeah.
It's a prequel and it's better.
It's a lot better. Yeah.
Okay.
It-
I mean, Red Dead 1 came out on like the PS2.
Yeah.
Right?
No, come on.
PS2?
PS3, Xbox 360.
Not really. Huh.
Yeah, definitely not the PS2.
I mean, if they ever remake it with like, the whole remaster, if they remaster it, then I might check it out.
Red Dead 2 was 2010.
Obviously, it would have to come out on PC because, yeah, I don't have anything else.
Oh, I mean, you could just,
What?
if Deming has his playoff Demings.
I don't like controllers. I don't
You
like.
can use keyboard and mouse on it.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, you can definitely
You
add
can hook up a
keyboard.
keyboard and mouse to
To a
like an
PlayStation?
Xbox or a PlayStation and just fucking.
Yeah, absolutely.
Doesn't the game need to support it though? Like, not all games.
Yeah, you could probably
I
get.
think you can map out
Really?
your keyboard.
Yeah, whenever my Xbox controller disconnects because I forget to charge it,
Yeah.
it'll say, click here to add keyboard and mouse. I'm like, well, how can I click there if I don't
Oh.
have my keyboard now?
Okay.
But
I didn't know that.
attach keyboard and mouse, and you can do that. But I don't do that because I prefer controller.
Yeah.
Opposite of you. Because I don't have the dexterity and my brain doesn't work on both parts of my body here.
You should play Ghost of Tsushima.
Is it out on PC?
Ooh, I have no idea. Don't know.
I
Couldn't tell you.
mean, some games I do play on controller. Like Super Smash Brothers.
Okay, well,
Super
because
Smash
you have
Bros.
no other choice.
Yeah. I played Elden Ring on a controller.
Really?
Yeah, I did.
What'd you play it on?
PC.
With the controller?
Yeah. I bought a Xbox controller and a PS5 controller to see which one I would like more. I ended up liking the PS5 controller more, but but the PS5 controller, my thumb kept slipping off the joystick. So, like, I would try the Xbox controller, but I don't like the layout of the Xbox controller. So I would just live with it, live with the slippy thumb on the PS5 controller.
Should have just got one of those
Yeah.
Logitech controllers that do both.
Oh, that's gross. I don't like those third party fucking fake ass, like, that's the controller you give your friend when they come over. And like, and you have like two controllers, and like you have the original like, controller, and then you have the shitty GameStop one, and like, here you go. With the turbo button that doesn't do anything. Yeah.
It's held up by duct tape
Exactly,
and glue. It's like me growing up, we had a Nintendo 64, and the older brother always had the cool controller, the purple see-through one.
Oh, the see-through.
Yeah.
I would have the gray one, but he had the purple see-through. I never got to use it, even when he wasn't there. He would hide it. Piece of shit.
There's a connection there. Nintendo, Japanese, Akira Kurosawa ran. We did it.
We did it.
Yeah.
Did we do the 7 degrees of
Kevin Spacey.
Kevin Spacey?
Kevin Bacon. Sorry, guys. I don't know why I said Spacey. Oh, hey. Speaking of Kevin Spacey, Jonathan Majors. He
Recast?
Wait, no. Well, he got dropped. He
Yeah.
officially got
Dropped, yeah. Because, he's going to be recast 100%.
Yeah.
Which is maybe, you know what's really crazy?
So I saw that Jonah showed us the video at work, and it kind of just looked like he was running away from the girl. But I don't know. Who knows? They said he's guilty. So yeah. I mean,
I support him all day long.
I would assume that there's like other evidence that's like not publicly available. Cuz like, I don't know. You'd have to wonder like who's on the jury.
At the end of the day, it doesn't matter who's if he's guilty or not. It's
Yeah.
safer for Disney just to recast him because they're
Yeah.
in such a easy.
But they
position to
were
do that.
waiting though. They were waiting to see what the verdict was.
Yeah.
Because they didn't drop him till the verdict dropped.
But they're in such an easy position to recast anybody. They're in the multiverse. Anything can happen.
I agree that it's easy to recast someone, but it's preferable to not recast someone.
Of course not.
But
And that stigma is still on that character.
yeah.
I think he left the scene in Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania.
I never finished that movie.
Well, he gone.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
they could use that as an out if they really wanted to, and just bring
Yeah.
in another big.
They
bad.
also Loki season 2 is also their way.
Oh, there's a little bit of closure there with the
Kinda.
Kang people a little bit. Okay. I gotta watch
Yeah.
it. I haven't seen Loki season 2. I heard it's good.
Chef's kiss.
Yeah, I gotta watch it. Fuck.
It's
You know what?
magnificent.
I'm watching it over this stand-down period. I'm gonna watch it.
You could probably watch it by the middle of tomorrow.
Not really. Shit.
It's only 6 episodes or 5.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You could watch it all today.
I mean, they're 40 minutes long.
True,
You
yeah.
probably could.
Oh, all right.
But it's it's really good.
Okay. Yeah,
it-
I gotta watch
it-
it. Have you seen it?
No, I don't have Disney Plus anymore since the
Ah.
price hike.
Okay.
You can
Yeah.
borrow mine.
Yeah.
Fine.
I actually also turned off my Disney, but that's because Johnny already has it, so I just
Oh,
watch it on
you can
his.
borrow mine. I'll give you my info if you want.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna turn it down.
Can I tell you? I rewatched
Yeah,
Guardians 3 this weekend,
you
and
did tell me that. Yeah,
I tried my very best not to cry.
it's so good.
It's really good.
I love it. The
And
jokes land like it's emotionally like it hits
I
well.
grew up with, I didn't grow up with them because the first movie was 2014.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been almost a decade, but like, just you're so invested in the characters, and and the story is just really a tearjerker. It really gets you.
Mm.
The visuals, I don't know. When I watched it, I was like, "Fuck, man." Same. I felt the same when I rewatched No Time to Die.
I wasn't really no time the James Bond.
Yeah.
Oh,
Again, it's because he's been my James Bond since 2006.
I guess that's true. Yeah.
I was in middle school, I think, then. So
I haven't seen it yet. I know what happens, but I haven't seen it.
I guess you're right. Yeah, I guess you're right. I wasn't really thinking about the end. I was mostly thinking about the movie as a whole. Yeah,
no, was it the best? No.
I think they should have had a different actress play because Lea Seydoux, they don't really have chemistry, in my opinion.
It's probably because she's in her mid 30s and he's almost 60 years old.
I also think a lot of I feel like a lot of Bond girls don't have chemistry.
I think that's-
Vesper Lynn had chemistry. You can't fucking Eva Green. She's the best Bond girl, in my opinion. I can't think of another Bond girl that's like on the same level as Bond, with like as good back and forth, like witty comebacks as Eva Green did.
I was definitely gonna watch that today too, just because.
Oh, Casino Royale.
Casino Royale is probably my favorite.
It's my favorite too. I think Skyfall's the best one. I think it's the best one, but Casino Royale's my favorite.
Out of
The Daniel Craig
Okay.
fucking saga. Yeah.
Right.
I want to say, I know some people may. We've completely veered off. I don't care.
Oh yeah.
I don't care. I'm just
Okay.
gonna say I'm still talking about this. James Bond. James Bond. Daniel Craig is the best James Bond. Behind Sean Connery.
I haven't seen the
I
other
don't know,
James Bonds.
Roger Moore's pretty good.
So Roger Moore.
Yeah.
Roger Moore. He was the youngest one to play him. I'm pretty sure. Well, no. Roger Moore was in 3 movies, I think. 4. Moonraker. He's in Moonraker.
He's in Moonraker.
He's in Octa. No, he's not. No, that's. I can't remember off the top of my head right now. There's 27 movies. But Roger Moore, I think he got too old too quickly, so he wasn't the youngest. It was Timothy Dalton, I think, was the youngest.
Those were bad. he shouldn't have been Bond.
Timothy Dalton. Timothy Dalton. People liked him. Are you talking about the Australian guy who did one movie?
No. Timothy Dalton. It's like A View to Kill.
Okay, Her Majesty's. Oh, I'm talking about Her Majesty's Secret Service was the Australian guy. He was bad. It's because the producer, something broccoli, he just saw him when he was getting a haircut. He's like, "Damn, you're James Bond."
What?
Yeah, the producer of this movie, like of James Bond movies,
Yeah.
was getting a haircut allegedly, and then saw this man, who's an Australian dude model,
Oh.
and then he's like, "You're gonna be James Bond."
Okay.
He did one movie, and he was apparently terrible,
All right.
and that was it. But he's technically one of the 6 people who play James Bond.
I didn't even know that. I'm not very into the I'm not plugged into the James Bond lore.
That's me either. I learned more about it because I was really interested in it. I was on watch the other day for 8
Okay.
hours, so I just did some learning about it. And James Bond, I mean, when you learn more into it, you realize how serious the story of James Bond is and why people love it so much. Because it's just it's not just a turn your brain off and just dumb fun, but it's got not meaning to it. It's something like, oh wow, I could relate to this not because of I've done this before but because it's something in my mind I want to be like. I always grew up. Your idea of a secret agent in TV is from Ian Fleming's James Bond.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The idea of
That makes
every
sense.
spy movie, show, game comes from Ian Fleming's original ideas written in the 1950s. Right? So the movie started in 1962, the first movie ever. And then Ian Fleming wrote them in 1957, I think. And then before that, what kind of spy movies did you really have?
I can't name a single one.
Me
I don't
neither.
know.
Yeah.
No
Well, like
idea.
everything after that, they always reference it.
So I think my biggest thing,
No, it was fine for before.
my biggest thing, is I think a lot of movies, especially James Bond right now, is too grounded.
Oh,
I think it's
go
too.
back to a little bit of the.
You want campiness.
I want campiness. I think it's
Alright.
time. I think it's time to go back to more campy films because
The next James Bond, John Cena.
Oh, God.
maybe not that campy.
I think they're going for Aaron Taylor Johnson.
Is he even British?
Yeah.
Oh, all right. I,
I think-
guess that could work.
I think it's like get to somewhere where you can blend like Casino Royale
Yeah.
and like Die Another Day, but not make it too much like Die Another Day.
Okay.
Yeah, and
And
not too grounded like Casino Royale.
yeah,
I in matter of fact, I 100% agree with you now.
And
And
I
put it
think-
that way. Because
I think they already did that movie. It's called Kingsman.
I mean to be honest,
Yeah.
yeah,
but Die
Kingsman
Another
was
Day-
good.
Kingsman was good.
And then the second one came out, and we're like, wait, what the?
And then the prequel movie came out, and we're like,
I
eh,
forgot about that.
That was
Yeah.
weird.
Oh,
That one
no.
was
No bueno?
No, it was bad. But when Argyle comes out,
What's Argyle?
what? Okay, Argyle was good.
What's Argyle? What is it?
It's so it's like this
Same
author.
director, by the way.
Yeah, this author, is writing a book.
Yeah.
And everything she's writing is coming like she writes like spy thrillers,
Yeah.
and everything she's writing is happening in real life.
Oh.
And then like the CIA comes and get her. I think it's like Sam Rockwell.
Sam Rockwell.
works
Oh, is
for,
it a
like,
comedy? Like an action
Uh,
comedy?
action comedy.
It's
Yeah.
literally just gonna be like Kingsman type comedy.
Yeah.
action.
Oh.
But he's like, hey, listen, you're writing this book. And we need to know how it ends. Because- and
Oh,
she
what the-
basically works with like the FBI or CIA or whatever.
Okay, that sounds
and-
fun.
When I'm in the theaters and I see the trailer, when they're playing the song from Elvis called Mysterious Suspicious Minds playing from Elvis, and then there's a part where they go, you hear the dun 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 dun. I'll listen if I show you the song. There's in the trailer.
Mhm.
Whenever I listen to that part of the movie, I think it's when Sam Rockwell is jumping out of the ground shooting. There's a big, the orchestra's going up there
Okay.
and plays. I'm like, ooh, that just hits. It's like, ooh, so spicy. And that's when I want to watch this movie only because of that part of the trailer. And it looks good though.
Yeah.
Apparently at New York City Comic Con, the director said that he pretty much gave a spoiler to the people there, because when you ever go to Comic Con, you're gonna get something.
Little tidbits.
Yeah. And because remember Bruck?
Yeah.
He told me about it. He was there, and the director of the movie of Kingsman, I forgot his name,
Yeah.
was there. Told him, hey, this is something you got to look out for.
Uh-huh.
And apparently he's. I like Bruck. I know other people.
There's
weren't
a lot
fans.
of
I like him because of the whole. We share our ideas about
Yeah.
our concepts and.
he was always very nice to me.
Yeah, he was.
I never worked with him. I never had to work with him. He was not in my duty section. I never had to rely on him for any fucking production related things. So
He
I
had no
guess
reason to have.
I had no reason to get mad at his complete laziness. Because his complete laziness never affected me or my division.
Same here for me.
Yeah.
And so that's why I was cool with him. and other people like to judge anyway for no reason.
Yeah.
But
mean,
he
for
was
good
telling me
reason.
about it, and I gave him my review, personal review on like Oppenheimer because he hasn't seen it.
Okay.
Or,
Oh, is he at sub school?
yeah,
Oh, I didn't know that.
his ACU.
Okay. All right. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Anyway, I forgot what I was saying. Yeah, but he told me about this movie's probably gonna be good because there's something about it. So it's got Henry Cavill in it.
Cool.
John Cena in it. Dua Lipa.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
She acts now. All right.
Well, this is specifically she plays a character in the book.
Oh, okay.
Who else? What the main character's name? What's her name again?
I don't know.
She was in the Jurassic World movies.
Oh, Bryce Dallas Howard.
Bryce Dallas Howard.
I love
yeah.
her.
Bryan
She's really good.
Cranston.
Bryan Cranston.
Bryan Cranston. What the hell?
Sam
So, like,
Rockwell.
There's
Yeah.
like two separate stories going on. There's like the real life story and all the actors that are portraying them in
Yeah.
real life, and then there's everyone in the book.
Oh,
And-
like the book story.
Yeah,
Yes, I-
Agent Argyle, the made up agent,
Yeah.
is Henry Cavill.
Okay, that makes sense because Henry Cavill's like literally a fucking Greek god, Adonis. type.
Henry Cavill should be James Bond, but he's just too big.
Yeah,
He's not British though.
Yes, he is.
He is.
super British.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Super British.
Really?
No, not like that. He's more.
Like
he's actually-
Jason Statham British?
No.
Oh, okay. What is he like? Fucking Jon Snow British?
Jon Snow's Scottish, I think.
I mean, well, I guess I mean like northern type. Is he like a
No.
northern type?
He's like British, as in, think of the Man from U.N.C.L.E.
I've
Even though
never
he's
seen Man from Uncle.
Never mind. Disregard. We'll talk about this later.
Well, anywho, yeah, I like the less grounded takes.
Okay.
I like the more campy stuff, especially like all the superhero movies coming out. I
Mm.
think they need to go away from realistic approaches. Like I like the Batman. The Batman was dope. But I think it'd be really cool to see a Batman take on more.
I mean, the Riddler with a nice green spandex suit.
I was thinking of the Croc guy,
Yeah,
Killer Croc.
Killer Croc.
more like
What a
meta
crazy villain. That's like an insane villain.
Yeah,
Like,
That's true. We haven't seen any of that since the 90s.
Well, yeah, because I think
His-
Joel Schumacher kind of ruined that for a lot of people because his movies were super campy,
yeah, yeah.
and then
Too
Nolan took over,
hmm
and his movies were super grounded.
hmm
And everyone's like,
and then
"Oh."
Zack Snyder tried to like run with that a bit, but
Mhm.
like add his own like little Snyderness into
Yeah.
things. Yeah. I don't know. We'll see.
Let's veer back to the movie. We talked about the color. We talked about
Yeah.
which is one thing. I look at the landscapes of green. I'm like, so nice. I don't know. We talked about that. We talked about the ending, the beginning, the reasons behind it. One thing we didn't talk about is when the castle was burning down and the father
Yeah.
was trying to fight off the people,
Oh,
and then when he wants to go for one blow, it breaks.
I didn't notice that. Yeah. So you think that's like metaphorical?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's metaphorical to show
I
that
think you're right. Yeah.
what he felt like his rule itself and everything he held dear to him and his ideals, just like the sword, which was supposed to be represent himself too,
And his power.
and his power,
Yeah.
it was always fragile
Huh.
and always crumbling.
You know, that makes sense because right afterwards, he just kind of like,
he gave up.
yeah, he just kind of sits. And like all these people are dying around him. He just kind of sits there. I guess I didn't put two and two together. That's really interesting. Yeah.
It took me. I did some reading. It's kind of cheating, to be honest. I kind of
Research?
put.
I don't it's cheating. It's research.
No. I mean, like somebody's opinion kind of helped swayed my opinion as well.
Yeah.
Or not opinion, but thought idea to my idea, and I thought, okay,
Uh-huh.
put that together. You know, they said that the sword was who he was, and when the sword
Oh.
broke, he broke. But no, I think it was more along the sword was to symbolize his reality
Mhm.
was crumbling at his feet, and maybe always was futile and broken.
Yeah.
You know, and and that's pretty much it. That's all I got for that.
Yeah.
You know?
I think that's a good take. And who killed the boar in the beginning? I
They
forget.
all did. He was hunting with people, and then
Okay.
they all killed it
Yeah.
together.
But like
You don't really see what took it down, though.
it's kind of like what I was saying earlier, how like he's still a capable warrior. He could still like draw a longbow, which like I didn't know this till like I watched a couple of videos on like archery, just randomly. The YouTube algorithm was like, here's archery for you, and I just watched a couple of videos. You need to be fucking jacked to like appropriately draw an actual longbow. And like the whole trope where like the fantasy trope where the archer is like some thin wiry dude, like that's not in real life. Like archers were fucking yoked. And the fact that like
Yeah, it's like a resistance stretcher.
Yeah.
He's probably doing this all the time.
fact that the aging warlord father, he was still able to kill a dude from a distance with accuracy. He's still in good shape and he could still fight. And the very end, when he draws his sword and it fucking breaks, yep, that's
That's a
that'll-
sign. It's over.
yeah, just sit down, let it happen.
But the weird thing is how he spent 70 years
Uh-huh.
building himself up
Yeah, killing
then-
people, raiding villages.
and creating like 3 castles over time,
Mhm.
owning essentially this entire land of like the eastern,
Something like that.
because it was eastern
yeah.
Japan. Because they're in eastern Japan because they're talking about Western songs.
Okay, yeah.
Because in the earlier scenes, they're talking about a girl singing the Western songs.
Hmm.
It was a woman singing. It was the wife singing. Lady Cade. She was talking about Western music, and I was thinking,
I don't remember that, but okay, yeah.
yeah. Well, she was singing, and what was I getting at? Damn, I completely forgot what I was getting. What did I first start with?
You were saying about the singing. What part of his kingdom in Japan? Eastern part.
Yeah. So, damn, fuck, I lost my train of thought. I was trying to
see
get at something.
Back to you in the booth.
Back to you, dancing. Shit.
Oh man.
Edit the
what?
this, please stand by.
Sure,
No.
we could do that.
No, I'll get back to that eventually.
I'm not gonna do that. It's too much work.
Yeah, too much work.
Leave it in. Yeah,
Yeah, we don't.
it'll be okay.
We make no money and we have no people to help.
Yeah, we're just doing this. This is basically therapy for us. So yeah.
It is. I love doing this. Makes me
Yeah.
happy. Yeah. So, other than that, I really have nothing else to say
I
about
think
it.
it's hard because like watching it because it's like a 3-hour movie.
Yeah.
Watching it one time, it's hard to like digest everything and then regurgitate it like on a podcast because it's a fucking 3-hour movie. My brain can only like take in so much information at once and spit out so much information at once.
It's easily one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen, though.
Yeah,
It's
there's a
gorgeous.
lot to
Yeah.
look at.
And like my eyes are never tired. Like you know how in some movies you just like it's just too much. Your eyes just get
There's
tired.
a lot of fluctuations of white, red, blue,
Yeah.
yellow, blasting your
Um,
corneas.
It's kind of it's like a weird analogy, but Fury Road, your eyes don't get tired because like
Yeah.
It's
the
super
way
saturated.
the way that the shot is and the composition and like your eyes are always interested at whatever's on the screen and like you don't get tired. But a movie like Transformers, like my eyes get tired when I
Yeah.
watch maybe not the first Transformers because I still really like the first Transformers, but Transformers 2.
Yeah, it's rough.
I watched Transformers 2 when I was like in the 9th grade or something. I don't exactly remember. It
The
might
lens
have been the
flares.
10th grade. But I remember thinking like, can we get on with this in the 10th grade? Yeah, no. I guess it's the framing. Just how the shot's composed. Very, very beautiful. Very like picturesque. A lot of the shots.
And I agree.
Mm.
I do.
I concur.
It feels like,
All right.
yeah, like imagine like someone takes a handful of light, throws at your eye. These movies,
Yeah.
like, ooh. Or maybe somebody just grabs and starts just layering the light on your eyes, one at a time.
Yeah,
Like
a
little
massage,
little massage. Yeah,
eyeball massage.
you know what I mean.
Light.
That's what it felt like to do because
Yeah.
the saturation was like nice, solid colors. It's like when I watch it, it's like when you repaint a room to a new color, you feel like, ooh, this feels brand new to me. That's what it felt. That's what it feels like.
Mhm.
I like to symbolize a lot of things that make me happy, make me feel comfortable with movies that I watch that also do the same thing. But other than that, this movie, yeah, like I said, it's easily the most beautiful, well shot movie that I've seen in a very long time.
Mhm.
Especially something from the 80s. And when I watch movies from the 80s that you hear about a lot, or
Yeah.
but you just never came to watching it because you want to watch the movies of your time now.
Yeah, I feel the same way about like The Godfather.
Yeah, which I don't
Yeah.
blame you. People would always say, "Oh, you got to watch that."
Yeah.
I don't think you
It's-
have to.
You don't have to,
Hmm.
but it is a good movie.
I think it'd be good for my own, I guess, edification to watch it, see what all the hubbub is about, and then just try to figure out like where it fits in my movie journey.
I think if you're in the mood to watch like
Mm-hmm.
like crime series or like mafia movies,
Yeah.
I think Godfather should be on your list of things to watch.
All
But
right.
I think it's one of those things that like film bros will be like, "Oh yeah, you gotta watch that."
Or like Scarface.
Yeah, like Scarface, and their like role model is Bateman from American Psycho.
Mm.
Those guys, I think, like
I could really relate to this guy. Well, yeah, I know some people probably could.
Yeah. Let's wrap up. So, it's my pick, and I feel like we've been doing a lot of like dark stuff. Yeah. So I wanted to do something a little bit different. This one's from like the early 2000s. You guys have probably seen it, maybe not. I think it came up before Iron Man. Maybe around the same time. I think it's a little bit before Iron Man. I think it's the first movie Robert Downey Jr. was in after he got clean or something.
I know what you're gonna say.
Kiss Kiss Bang Bang.
I love that movie.
And I watched it a long time ago, and I remember loving it. And I don't know why I've been thinking about it a lot this week, and I just want to watch it again. So, have you seen it? Kiss Kiss Bang Bang.
no.
All right.
It's good. All right.
That's I think that's all we got. So the movie is Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, and we will see you guys next time.
Peace out.
We're out.
Flick. Burn, burn, flick. Flick. Flick.